members of the panel, and teachers. I am here today to present to you the truth about wind energy. There has been a false claim that wind energy does more harm than good. You will learn today that it is simply impossible for wind energy to be more harmful than to be more helpful. Wind energy is not flawless, but is a better and cleaner way to produce energy and electricity. Wind energy is constantly powering homes in America and is not a big animal murderer. And wind turbine syndrome is a pure hoax. And wind turbines bring in money with ease. Today, when you are conferring on who has the correct claim, I ask you to remember my claims and realize what I'm saying. Thank you.
Today, I will tell you about the negative side of wind energy. Many times this side is overlooked, but I will share every component there is to share about what wind energy can truly be. Today, you will also hear about the positive side. You will get to choose which connotation you believe best describes energy. The facts and evidence shows wind energy has a positive side, but the negative side rolls over. As I explain the reasoning, I ask for you to listen closely. In this picture, you see the blades which rotate and are made out of very sharp material. You also see the wind direction, of which if it's not strong enough, then the turbine won't work properly. And according to Kelly Kepner, the director of Benton Wind Farms, you need a big land that is leveled for the wind turbines to work properly. And there needs to be 55 miles per hour wind with 1,000 rotations per minute.
Wind energy can power many homes in America, and according to Thomas Berkeley, a renewable energy professor at Yale University, 1 megawatt turbine on an offshore wind farm can power more than 400 households. If one turbine in one of the smaller sizes can produce plenty of energy for 400 homes, then the idea of having these turbines to replace many other energy sources is logical. Also, the average consumption of electricity per day per household amounts to about 2,500 kilowatts. And if there's 400 households and 2,500 kilowatts per day, then they will produce 1 million kilowatts. 1 megawatt turbine will produce 1 million kilowatts per day.
Wind turbines are no good for the environment because 1,000 to 4,000 birds are killed a year. Also, the wind turbines can cause egg abnormalities, which are not only unhealthy for the birds, but are unhealthy for the humans. According to British government, in 2007 to 2014, 6,200 acres of trees were destroyed to make a wind farm. This means about 5 million trees were destroyed. Though some trees were replanted, only 1,957 were. This means 4,243 still remain destroyed, and of the trees cut down a year, 55% of these are for wind farms.
What Haley is not seeing is that when we are all focusing on the wind turbines and how they kill animals, there are 7,900,000 birds that die per year from coal. If we continue to focus and put all of our research into wind energy, which kills a few thousand birds, then as coal mines will get bigger and more coal will continue to use coal, then the bird deaths will continue to increase along with the coal. Also, many people believe that bats have been killed by wind turbines. Although that is true, the bat population has increased from from 1990 and is now and the birds only die in a certain area in Europe, which is in a small place in France. If these wind turbines are not even keeping these bats from continuing to populate the earth, and then the wind turbines are not having a big effect on our population of bats.
The wind turbines are too expensive and their prices could be decreased. One turbine costs $3,500, and though it can power 1,500 houses, it takes a whole year to do this, and the electricity may not be strong enough. According to Industry, a wind energy information organization in Minnesota, the cost is more than the turbine itself. It is the expenses, insurance, operation, warranty, and more. But why should we need all these things? Can't we make it less complicated?
The cost of one wind turbine is only $350,000, but if you make 6 cents per hour per house, then 1 megawatt turbine that has powered 400 homes, you will make $240 per hour from those 400 homes. This means I would make $5,760 per day, and in 61 days, the megawatt turbine, that 1 megawatt turbine will have gotten the $350,000 back.
Wind turbines can cause wind turbine syndrome, which is a threat to human health. Though this is not official in the medical world, it has been reported that in 40 years, 35 people have died from the symptoms wind turbines carry. People that live next to wind turbines have the same symptoms, according to Dr. Robert McCurdy. And some of these symptoms are ear ringing, vibration, and nausea. The ear ringing is from the low frequency sound, which not all the human ears can tolerate, and the vibration and nausea is from the motion. And how this works is the sound waves are collected by the outer ear and funneled through the ear canal to the eardrum. The sound waves cause eardrums to vibrate, and the bones transmit vibrations. Fluid in the inner ear stimulates nerves, and electrical impulses are sent from the cells along the nerves to the brain.
Wind turbine syndrome is a pure hoax due to the fact that the same symptoms that appear in people who have wind turbine syndrome also appear in people who do not. If the 1 in 272 people that are living close to wind turbines, only 1 out of those 272 will have the symptoms that are contributed to wind turbine syndrome. Also, Simon Chapman, professor of public health at the Sydney University reports that the illness is most likely a psychological effect. This is called the nocebo effect, which is when somebody is suggested that wind turbines cause health problems, they will therefore connect any of their health complaints to the wind turbines. This means when a lot of the people who live near wind turbines, they are often targeted by anti-wind groups, which when the anti-wind groups will tell them that you're going to have wind turbine syndrome if you live close to a wind farm, then they're going to pay attention to their health, and they're going to say that the reason that their health is the way it is because of wind turbines. Also, 80% of the complaints from wind turbine syndrome came after 2009, when the anti-wind farm group started adding health problems to their wider opposition.
Wind energy isn't always strong, therefore it does not get. Wind isn't always strong, therefore it is not guaranteed to work. And though one offshore turbine can power 400 houses, in 2014 it was reported that there were no offshore wind turbines in the U.S. Also about the wind turbine syndrome, many scientists show it is real because of the symptoms, but some of the other symptoms are flawed. And if all the doctors actually took the chance to study it, they would find that the symptoms are real. Because of Sarah's research, she believes that the money spent on wind turbines will be earned quickly, but I believe her thinking is flawed because 75% to 85% of the jobs in the U.S. only earn $10 to $13 an hour. And on the rate of working 7 hours a day for $10 an hour, it would take 5,000 days to earn the money back from one turbine. Lastly, we are not dependent on other countries for wind energy because it is not as strong as the other countries.
What Haley is ignoring to see is that the money that we're not focusing on the individual people getting paid. The bigger picture, the wind turbines will produce $350,000 in 61 days, because although not one individual person is going to be getting $10 an hour, you are saying that that all of America gets $10 an hour. When wind turbine manufacturers and wind turbine farms, they get their $350,000 in 61 days. An individual person, if the average is $10, then that is only for all of America. That is not saying that wind turbines, that is what the wind turbine people are getting paid.
To conclude, no single energy source is perfect, but the problems with wind energy aren't minor, they're major. And the purpose of wind energy is to produce electricity but keep the environment safe. But when the trees are cut down and the wind turbines explode, this is harming the air and the animals around them. Therefore, wind energy is harmful and we should avoid it.
As you can see, America has a bright future with the wind energy, and because it is proven that wind turbine syndrome is not real, and they do not cause health problems. The cost will be recouped quickly, and the wind turbines are not very big on killing animals.